Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Inko, and today I'll be showing off a pig run that was absolutely wild. I say that when I play pig, I aim to high roll, right? I focus on early economy, I focus on chances to duplicate items like marbles, Matchbox, yo-yos. I focus on scaling up things like pig shem and fixer-upper and pawn shop. All of that happened this run. All of that and so much more. This is the high rolled and high rolls. I got out of this run relatively quickly, and I think I could have easily won for like 7 more consecutive days. I have not had a pig that felt this strong in a long time. And I will give you a heads up now that for the first like 4 days of the run, it will be post commentary because I just record games and I'm not actually looking to make videos. And if the run becomes obviously sick, I'll start doing live commentary around day 4 that happens. And I'll be doing post commentary and explaining what is probably a little bit faster, a little bit sloppier play in the beginning. But holy shit, do I lock in once I realize how much potential this run has. Anyways, buckle up. You saw the thumbnail. This is about to get wild. Here's the run. Alright, getting into the run properly, we have our opening kits, silver tier skill with gold and income, versus a couple of items and skills. I instantly picked the items and skills here. I like having starting items. One, they can give you a board that wins on day 1. That obviously didn't happen here. These are pretty weak. The table leg is good and the shield skill is good because those are both just very strong, making your marbles better in the late game, giving you more resistance to burst Vanessa, which is super common. But the rest of this is garbage. Crit is not good on pig. Pepper spray and kukri are generally just not very solid items. This isn't unworkable though. The reason I enjoy clicking this sort of thing is that when you get these 4 items, you're able to sell them for the same 5 gold, well, only 4 gold, but you're able to sell them for similar gold values as the other starts with a chance at a much better early board. I missed that. Maybe defense grid was worth it. It's not quite clear. And then we go into Viper immediately because I have the Jabalian longbow, which is just going to guarantee the win here, give me a chance at Gland, Lash Out, or Toxic Fang, all of which mean I'm much more likely to win my day 1 fight. I get the extract. It's good in that it's worth 2 gold, but it's terrible in that it doesn't help me win day 1. And here I spend a second thinking between JJ and the crate. The crate gives me the chance to dupe stuff down the line. JJ gives me a better board now. I go for the upgrade hammer to dupe things down the line. I think duping stuff gives pigs so much power with Matchbox builds where you have a bunch of quick interlocking items, and JJ is probably not going to sell me anything that'll win anyway. I only had like 3 gold at the time. I'd have to be selling bronze items that B1 and B2 could upgrade anyway, so I figure take the high roll for later and don't waste all my economy here for something that probably wouldn't win on day 1 anyway. I figure if I'm winning day 1, Jabalian longbow rolls somebody who got nothing. This guy has a catfish next to a 25 shield duct tape, and frankly, I stand no chance. While this Vanessa rips my day 1 kit to shreds, I would like to remind you, if you aren't subbed, you can sub to this channel for more daily Bazaar content. And when you leave, if you could leave a like and comment, that really does boost the channel up in the algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. Anyway, back to the fight. As you can see, we've done precisely fuck all, and we are poisoned half to death, and will very quickly be all the way to death. This is very common with pig runs. It's common with every run, I guess. You get a bad kit, you just lose. I feel like, at least with Vanessa, if you have a big opening economy kit, you can often pivot into something that will win on day 1 if the shops give it to you. But with pig, if you just get a bunch of garbage from your kit, it's very hard to turn into a win on day 1. Here we go to Kina. I need to find a build, I need to find options. I got nothing going for me. We find Ganjo. It's incredibly strong early, we take it immediately. Same with Matchbox. Matchbox doesn't work for us yet, but down the line it could be one of the best items we could possibly have. It can make very strong mid-game boards that hold us over for a long time. And for the time being, Ganjo just does enough scaling to get us through the mid-game. It basically guarantees wins in monster fights and gives us a really solid shot at killing pretty much any player. If you walk in with a bad build, Ganjo will outscale you and kill you. Here I get Pip, I roll at him because I don't like the initial skills, I take left-handed, because again, it's just good with a Jabalian bow, gives me a chance at winning fights. If I find something like a flail in the near future, I'd be happy to buy that to boost up the damage and have a good chance of winning. And like I was saying, our build's terrible, we have almost nothing going for us, but just Ganjo plus Jabalian longbow is almost enough to win this fight. I probably need more than that. If I had no relevant skills, I'd probably lose, but with left-handed, that is enough to get through Mod Squad. I always call it Mod Squad, Rogue Scrapper on its own. The Pepper Spray and Kukri are basically blank item slots and didn't impact the result of this at all. They're just genuinely terrible kit items that I'm trying to avoid selling until either Barcoon gives me a +1 on them or B1 and B2 upgrade them for extra money. Mod Squad has a lot of good drops. You really want Rust or one of the big gold items. This is at least worth 4 gold. It's not gonna be valuable to me. Scrap is just hard to make use of on pig very frequently. And here I go for Fen. I don't have a ton of money. I don't want to go to Ayla. and 5 regen gives me a lot of time in PvP fights on day 2 and 3 to scale up this Jabalian longbow with the Ganjo. Here I see the flail, my eyes light up, I'm seeing dollar signs, I have a real chance of winning on day 2 now. I choose to sell the scrap, like I was saying, it's hard to use on Pig. And the reason I sell the scrap specifically is because it's already silver, B1 and B2 won't give it extra value. Here I see marbles, another great early game item, part of a Matchbox board down the line. I'm happy to pick them up. I'm not going to sell here for an Atlatl. In the past, I would have done stuff like that when Crook was stronger, but right now, I consistently find Crook as a way to turn a terrible run into a 7-win run. It's not how you go 10 wins, and I'm always playing to go 10 wins. So I leave the Atlatl on the table, head into the fight, feeling pretty good about myself with a Ganjo, a flail, a Jabalian longbow, not realizing until shortly after the fight starts that I'm left-handed and the flail is on the wrong side of the board, but thankfully my opponent has nothing going for him. He's missed any relevant combat skills. He's got a first aid in, a cutlass, and a crow's nest. It'll be good later. Like, he has the makings of a good one-weapon build, but it's not nothing going for it now, and that's a scary place to be as a Vanessa on day 2. My build has good scaling with the Ganjo, and we just roll straight through him in spite of my obvious misplay. Which brings us to day 3, where things start to really pick up for the run. Getting a win on day 2 always inspires a lot of courage in a Pig, because you know you're gonna win late basically, unless you're hitting exclusively other Pigs, so having the early wins makes you feel so much safer to get to 10. Here I see Kina versus the Lost Crate. I consider the Lost Crate. I want to dupe the marbles and the Matchbox, but I'm like, no, I only have one hammer. I need to go to the store to find the things to dupe, and I get marbles, and I immediately dupe them. Double marbles lets you make a very, very fast Matchbox. Additionally, if you were to find like a toy ship, you can give them both multicast to send the Matchbox to the moon. And here we have 1 silver, 1 bronze marbles, just a disgusting amount of slow. But we don't have any other non-weapon items to put on our board, and we really can't justify trying to switch into Matchbox right now. We're still playing that bad scaling build, and the best thing we can do is throw an improvised bludgeon for a bit of slow. And I realized at the end of this, after thinking about it for way too long, that I should have bought the bootstraps. I shouldn't be holding for B1, B2. And I buy the bootstraps, misplayed there. I should have bought them before I upgraded the marbles, but oh well. Moving on from that shop, we're in a bit of an awkward spot where we're between builds. We can't really invest into improving our weapon build, and we need to find a lot more pieces before we can play the Matchbox build. We go for experience here. Just getting experience is super important in general. You really want to be level 5 at the end of day 3 so that you have a bigger board, or sorry, level 4 at the end of day 3 so you have a bigger board. Same with 3 on 2. You want to be level 10 on 8 bare minimum to get your enchant on time. These are important breakpoints. You need to take as much experience as you can in general. It helps you survive the burst matchups by just giving you more health. And we get a Hexa, so we automatically maintain our old board here because there's no small item. So even though a Hexa is like one of the harder fights on day 4, it just hard counters viruses to have no small items, and it can't do anything to me. So I have time to scale up, kill it, tons of experience, very happy with that event. And right now our goal is basically just like try to claw out a win or 2 on this Ganjo build before we fully assemble a new build and pump as much experience with fight events as we possibly can. We're happy to see Ether right here. Scout Trooper is probably a worse fight for us because Rigged is just universally good for Pig, and Scout Trooper has, I think, slightly lower average value on his items compared to the only 4 items here, with 2 of them being worth 4 and 6. And again, Etherite has no shot against this build either. Ganjo Flail just keeps the shield down and kills it very quickly. Jabalian Longbow probably doesn't need to be on our board to win this, so Ganjo is just the king of early game for Pig. You can put it on basically any board and turn it into something that can work, but when you have the perfect support pieces in it, which are either high-level yo-yos or flails and Jabalian Longbows, it's just very, very strong. And here, I'm gonna spend a little while looking at my inventory, debating it, trying to figure out how to do it before just being like, I have to put the weapons in. There's no way to use these marbles and matchboxes and not make my build worse at just killing them with Ganjo buffs. And because I have so many bronze items, I'm really committed to going B1, B2 here. I think about the upgrade a little bit. It's really good on the Ganjo for winning the day, but I go Pip instead because I just want a skill that makes me better. I roll because there's nothing on the first page. I get strength. I'm very happy. And then we see B1, B2, immediate reward for our greed. We sell the virus because it's the only thing we don't care about that's at silver already, and we get an insane value on the upgrade. We went from kind of weak for day 3 to actually just strong for day 3 by upgrading our entire board, upgraded the stuff we're gonna be using in our new build, and got a little bit of gold from stuff we'll be able to easily sell after we start transitioning. And because we had no gold, we just take 3 spare chains there. It's not good, it's just, it was the option that gave you money when I had no money to do anything really. Here on day 3, we match into another Pig. And this pig's got a pretty solid board. Healthy Hoarder gives him a 300, almost 400 health lead on me. But aside from that, his board's just a pile of shit, right? It's just a bunch of mild defensive items where essentially this pig is winning by outlasting Vanessas that don't scale. There are a lot of those. There are Vanessas that just run out of ammo on wide boards, and this has a real shot at winning against that. But against a full silver Ganjo board, he's dead in the water. He has no chance against this. The Ganjo on flail plus longbow just absolutely rips him to shreds. I'm kind of impressed he survives as long as he does. That gold silk, presumably his starting kit, did a lot of work.
That was impressive.
But going into day 4, we're at a point where the build's at a really important crossroads. We cannot stay on this for any period of time. By day 5, Ganjo flail is basically a non-option, and we're nowhere near ready to transition right now. We're going to Andy, we're looking for a bunch of random small shit to set up a Matchbox board and start being functional, and we're happy to see the bird, but the rest of the stuff on that page isn't very helpful. Here, I'm just going to open my inventory, moan for a little bit, wonder what I'm supposed to sell, and eventually I decide I need to upgrade a marble right now. I need to liquidate this leg and commit to going matches by the end of the day. And I also toss the spare change. It's technically wrong to do so. I should be holding it for Barcoon until I have to sell it to make room for something else. And I take the hatchet because it's objectively right too, because if you get a second hatchet, it goes up in value. Here we roll, we're really happy with this. We get a rewards card and a yo-yo. Rewards card lets us scale any of the big buildings. It lets us make a ton of money if we don't have one. Yo-yo is a core piece of several marbles-based boards because you can get multicast marbles adjacent to yo-yos and they feedback loop each other. It's just kind of monstrously strong. And here I fiddle with my board for a while. I want the yo-yo left of the flail to be right, but at bronze, it's just wrong. It's not good. I still don't have a full board to go over to marbles matches. I just found a bird there. So I'm stuck on this garbage where I'm just putting a yo-yo onto the board we had previously, losing my slow. This board is worse than what I had, but it's still good enough to beat monsters, and we have 5 more hours to figure out what we're doing. Unfortunately, here I see a bronze cash register. I'm like, am I supposed to buy this with my no gold? What do I do here? I start selling off a little bit of stuff, something that's not important, seeing if I can make room for it. And I can, but like, I don't really have room for it, you know? Eventually I get over the fact that I'm not gonna be buying a cash register, I'm being crazy, and I obviously am here for the toy ship. The toy ship gives me what I need to switch builds. The model ship, rather, is going to put multicast on both marbles, and sure, the build might drop off a cliff in power, but I have to get this transition started today. Otherwise, it's never happening. So I just have to buy the model ship, no matter what it does to my current board. And it makes my current board a lot worse, make no mistake. And I'm gonna be fiddling with this for a while before I figure out exactly how I want it arranged. Eventually, I settle on selling the kukri, and I pick up the cash register too. It's a solid economy item. If I find a pawn shop, it'll be good for that. And my board is decidedly worse. I've got the best part of the old one, which is the Ganjo scaling the flail. And then I find a hex as my fight. So after going through all that effort to figure out how to arrange my board, I immediately put it all away, go back to full square peg so that a hexa can't destroy anything, and I guarantee my win again. Even though my board's probably weaker this time around, a hexa just doesn't do anything if your board is all medium items, provided those medium items actually do, you know, basically anything. So we roll through a hexa again, the whole time hoping to get probably nitro, because nothing here is gonna make it into our board except nitro. Nitro is a small fast item that accelerates your board. I do not have a complete build if I'm switching over to marbles, and I'm locked in. I've sold half of this build. And we get really lucky. We actually get exactly nitro, which is gonna smooth over that transition period quite a lot. Moving on, we level up, we get our silver skill, and I start fiddling with my board again. Eventually, I realize that the yo-yo is actually bait right now. At bronze, it's very slow. I'd rather have the nitro to speed up the Matchbox. I'd rather have double casting marbles. The yo-yo's not really doing much. There's no way to position it well with the flail and the Ganjo. If it were silver, I'd be doing this differently. I'd be trying to get the yo-yo on board, but at bronze, I think it's just bait, and I need to be playing specifically for Matchbox. Here on silver skills, we get garbage, we roll, and we get garbage again. Pig just isn't very good at scaling crit, and I'm in a situation where, like, I don't know if I should even take any of this. My Grandmaster is already not very good. It's basically diluting my chance of upgrading a defensive skill, so maybe it's worth skipping. First Responder is never going to be a relevant amount of healing. Improvised Weaponry is probably never going to do anything. And I take Shatter here. There's the rare build on Pig where you end up having a lot of freeze options open to you, usually with like Snow Globe ATM. And that could open up something, but I didn't know what to do. Then, because we're out of money, we take a random item and it upgrades our bootstraps to gold, which is absolutely wild. And here we have Curio with no money, B1, B2 with like the only bronze item was a cash register and spare change. So it's sort of not even a choice, you just have to go B1, B2. And yeah, I'm forgetful because I'm doing post commentary. We have a yo-yo. This is not a cash register upgrade. And with that yo-yo at silver, it's time to seriously reevaluate the board and see if it can actually fit in and improve the board. I clear out the Jabalian longbow and realize, wait a second, this yo-yo is a lot better than it was a second ago. And then I hit the incredibly awkward thing where it's like, am I just gonna cut the flail entirely for a bird and a nitro and not really have good scaling on the Ganjo? What exactly is the optimal play here? And frankly, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have kept the damage, but that massively slows down the Matchbox, so it doesn't quite feel right to me. I ended up going with Nitro Bird. I'd be unsurprised if, like, upon further thought, going for the flail was better. But I was trying to lean really hard into Matchbox because if it proliferates fast enough, then it becomes enough burn to win. We match into another pig, 200 health up on us, 100 shield fixer-upper. He's also a burn build. And then the marbles start flying. This is enough to fully slow a 7 item board with consistency. We have a very fast marbles, Ganjo scaling a yo-yo. That is enough for the yo-yo to hit for tremendous amounts of damage. We're scaling burn almost to 100 by the time Sandstorm gets here. And this board fucking works. Maybe Flail would have just been more effective and beat him to death faster, but holy shit, this is a build. This is something we can work with. And it's here at the end of day 4 where I'm like, you know what? Maybe we're done with post commentary. Maybe I need to switch over to live recording because this is incredibly hype. So I'll let Past Me take over for the rest of this because believe me, this ride is only getting wilder. All right, until now I've just been recording gameplay as I play on the ladder, not really worrying about recording a video, but the build's officially become sick as hell. At the start, we had like the ability to dupe something. We found marbles and Matchbox playing for a dupe early. I saw the Matchbox. I knew I had the table leg and inventory to buff one up to crazy slow duration, so I found a model shit we could do something gross. This is an 7 item board that I fully slowed on day 4. That's wild. 100 burn from my Matchbox, by the way. I ended this fight with around 20 burn on me, which all came from my own nitro. We've scaled up the yo-yo to hit for 1,000 over the course of that. Like, the yo-yo is not the important part of this. The insane disruption's really cool. I'm not convinced the yo-yo's in the right place. I might be better off with the marbles looping each other and the yo-yo next to the Matchbox. But at the same time, right now, they're like similarly fast on both sides, so I think it's kind of a moot point, and the yo-yo's better off with adjacency then. Like, holy shit though, that was sick as hell. This build's cooking. We're doing something. We're playing marbles over here. Now, I don't think I go to Ayla, because it's literally just a yo-yo that I can hit. Nothing else matters. That's not true. I go there, I get the value, I sell, I roll and upgrade with boots. It's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna toss these. I'm gonna have to toss them immediately anyway. Go to Ayla, immediately sell the flail before I can mess anything up. Ayla, what is this? Obsidian Lumbor's Obsidian briefcase? What sort of sabotage is this? Who are you trying to trick into buying these items? Oh man, I would normally be happy to buy a hatchet here to push boot traps, but the hatchet getting upgraded would be very, very bad. So I'm just gonna roll. Oh my god, I hit the yo-yo too.
Enjoy the thrill of battle.
That's very good. I don't have the money to just like push to force, but that's insane. Suddenly the Ganja's still making sense. I would like to find a different method of scaling. I was really sad I took Shatter earlier, but hopefully we find something. If nothing else, it's just fast and good as a result, but there's gonna be something somewhere down the line, right? Is 10 damage on the yo-yo worth it with how fast the thing is? No, I want apropos chapeau. Metal's valuable. That's the scaling I need. Atlattl's not a part of this. There's no shield going on, so Bushel's not a part of this. Oh, hey, Crook. Can't remember the last time I had a good Crook build in the double barrel meta. It's just not fast enough or tanky enough as a general rule. Oh. Great rewards card value. I'm sick at the game. Anyway, let's go kill Mod Squad. Let's get a chance to look at this against somebody who doesn't know disruption. How much burn do we stack? Like, I'm used to seeing Bulldozer go off like the 4th time and be kind of scary. Do we just kill him 1,000,000 seconds before then? Like, well, first of all, his build's done, right? Everything is slowed into the ground. He doesn't get to play the game anymore. And second of all, yeah, he's at 50 burn. The yo-yo just beat him into the grounds. I think that might have mostly been yo-yo. Like, sure, the Matchbox is stacking up. It's not like crazy or anything. Yo-yo dealt most of the damage. Cool. And I'm happy to get crypto. That's very good. I'm gonna take the silver loot item 100% of the time here. We are, oh, sharpening stone. I'm gonna have to hold that for a bit though, because I need something to put the rewards card on. And Kina's great. I want to upgrade Matchbox. I want to upgrade marbles. Do I ever use a belt? I'm a Matchbox build. What am I talking about? Why am I even considering it? All right, see, now this is a problem, because they're offering me things that are actually really good in the late game, and I have the rewards card. 19 gold immediately, by the way. This build can just, like, go 10 wins and get out on day 11 if I'm lucky. So having a plan to transition out later is very good. The only reason I haven't bought anything yet is because if I'm buying one of these, I want to buy the shipment afterwards, if it's the pawn shop anyway. I think I just go pawn shop here because it's a generically good economy item no matter what, right? And I need something to upgrade when I level to 7 anyway. I've already got the yo-yos. Nothing else matters, like in terms of output that much. I'm going to toss this. I'm going to pick up the pawn shop. Realize I'm an idiot and clearly did that in the wrong order. And then realize I don't actually have the space to buy a shipment right now. Well, this cash register is garbage, but at the same time, it's 2 cells a day. But it's costing me the potential insane high roll of the second, third, and fourth Matchbox, right? Like, I've gotta open the box. Oh, what? No, that was a joke. Stop. Stop. I guess the Matchbox goes in here. Like, it should be notably faster than the yo-yo and notably faster than the marbles with the second Matchbox. And for defensive purposes against weapon Vanessa meta, Nitro, though it's definitely generally better, will not be what I run. What's happening? Toss those. I hold Nitro so I can switch out the Ganjo sooner rather than later. I don't really care about the yo-yo and Ganjo anymore. I just want, like, items there that... How much health is this currently? Only 100. I'd be happy to just switch to pawn shop fairly soon. I don't think I need much more. Kev filters down pretty hard to apropos chapeau. And a bunch of other garbage. I don't want that. Did I have my rewards card where it should have been? Yes. Good. I mean, like, theoretically, this improves my build. I don't think it matters. It's not worth 8 gold. All right, we went to the moon off of that shipment. I've gambled so many times and been rewarded so few, but I think that was one of the biggest hits I've ever seen. This board is a nightmare. You're not allowed to do things like this on day fucking 5. They have rigged, left-handed, right-handed. Oh, it's a katana build? You're fucked. No, no, sir, katana was not the way. He's permanently slowed. I didn't die instantly. How's the burn stacking with the second Matchbox, I wonder? Well, we seem to have gotten to 60 almost instantly compared to getting to 50 around the time Sandstorm started last time. Pretty solid build as far as katana builds go, but this is mind-blowing. This is probably solid for day 7, like barring my level. So looking at this, those were identical uses on everything. The feedback loop with the yo-yo is probably better, but it doesn't help with Matchboxes. I don't know. I recognize that something's probably a little wrong here. I should look at it and figure it out. It increases my win rate to understand why this is wrong. I don't want the yo-yo here. I want something that's triggering the Matchboxes to the Matchboxes loop. This is always going to be a Matchbox marbles, model ship marbles, Matchbox. That's just so broken. The thing that really matters is where does yo-yo go right now to get the most benefit? Because I can just move this Matchbox anywhere. It's not bound by adjacency. On my next fight, I'm gonna go ahead and just like test tossing this to the left side and see if this massively speeds up one of my marbles. I think it does. And because it's speeding up the marbles, that means it's speeding up the Matchboxes in return. Once it gets to diamond, that will definitely be the case. Curio's very good for boosting a bond shot, but at silver without much money, I don't think I actually care. I'm gonna go docks and grab a tool. A shield item could be apropos chapeau. And I don't want weapons, which a lot of tools are weapons. This is every single thing I could have picked. That was just the illusion of choice. It didn't matter what I was clicking. Weapon, tool, shield item, you're getting Chris Army Knife. Shut up and get out of the port. Good joke, game. Small items can upgrade yo-yo, it can upgrade marbles, it can upgrade matchbox, it can give me the ability to replace this. Because frankly, it only matters insofar as it's scaling marbles at this point, I think. I don't think the damage matters unless I can find apropos. And I've got this set up correctly. And I would like to push those bootstraps, so let's go to Andy. Now, first question, what are these on? 36? I'm strong enough that I'm willing to run Crystal Bonsai on a fight. Yeah, I'm going to put in Nitro, I'm going to pick up Crystal Bonsai. And if I don't find a good reason, I'm keeping it that way. Oh, and obviously we want to move this Matchbox over to next to the yo-yo to speed up the yo-yo to speed up the marbles. That massively improves the burn rate. So does just upgrading the Matchbox, by the way. Am I close to bootstraps? I am. Get this shit out so I don't hit it. I need to buy a gold item for 4 gold. If it hits the piggy bank, I'll live. That's mad value. Sure, upgrade the other Matchbox. 2 gold, pushes bootstraps. I'm a pawn shop build eventually, maybe, allegedly. I think that's just always pawn shop now. Because this is my late game build, nothing else matters. Yeah, I need the background pivot with the pawn shop, but realistically, this might just be a massive economy option. Certainly, I don't have any skill that's going to matter as much as generating 100 gold with that. Yeah, that looks like an absolutely insane board. Let's get to it. I don't think Enclave Weeper stands a chance in hell. I think this is about to be horrifying. We're only at like 1,500 health. We're not level 8 or anything crazy. I am genuinely worried about taking Crystal Bonsai into the fight. I would like to at least slot something else in, because it's not even a good item in a fight, right? It's just a value generator. But it is a healing item, and like, we burn so fast. Any Crow's Nest build that does not one-shot us dies to us. Cool, that's exactly what I wanted, actually. Zerfin, let's go. Monster skills can be absolutely build-changing. Pyromania is not it. I don't gain regeneration. What are we talking about? The yo-yo gives crit to the Matchbox. At 8 gold to roll, I can roll. Does giving crit to the Matchbox really matter? What am I looking for instead? Haste for startup, Rust for disruption, Dog skill, I guess. Gorgon skill, that's too good. When you crit, haste 1. I mean, I don't crit is the problem. It's very good though. It could be insane down the line. Going to toss... Piggy bank is better to hold. Going to toss Bonsai. I don't like it. And we're happy with Cosmic Wind. I can go to a shop, get 2 gold guaranteed. But I think I'm just happy to go get a heal item. My economy is in the gutter right now. I'm not gonna get a good benefit out of that shop. So hoping for something a little bit more valuable than that, but I'll live, I guess. 2-win Vanessa, huh? Dude, I think I'm gonna be fine. I think I got that one. This build is so strong for this time. Do you one-shot me? What are we looking at? Oh, you're a pufferfish build? Good fucking luck. Yeah, I don't think he poisons enough to beat this. He does have a 500 health lead on me. So I'm guessing leg brace was involved at some point, although if that were the case, it would probably be on his board currently, right? Just full slowed his board. Also, he's at over 100 burn already. This isn't even that crazy. I think it goes to the moon when the yo-yo hits diamond, because then the marbles full charge the yo-yo, which full charges the marbles. Oh, no, it doesn't. It only charges it halfway. Maybe it never goes to the moon. Maybe this is just really good in the mid game. It's certainly insane in the mid game. How much space are you taking up? 4 slots? Well, it looks like you have to go now then. The weapon's nice. It really is. I like going to shops. You gotta click Mountain Pass when you see Mountain Pass. Yeah, I'm currently barely on pace to hit level 10 on day 8. So I've gotta do this. Damn shame. Cash cannon. It is right that I'm making a shitload of money, but it's not ever hitting the board. Weapon skills, heal and regen, gold skills. It's gotta be gold skills.
I will not train you to kill.
What are we at on the bootstraps? 30, we're nowhere near hitting it. Property, heal. That is a lot of heal, admittedly. Gonna gain a lot of gold over the run, but never enough for this to matter. It's just a trap skill. God, that's miserable. I think this is a skip. I currently have Strength, Left-Handed, Right Eye, Defense Grid, Cosmic Wind. If I find like an ATM, it gives multicast to the bird. It's probably better than these two. And then I can position the ATM for crit scaling on like one of the matchboxes to get freeze scaling. I'm gonna take prime real estate, but it's not good right now.
But it takes patience to master them.
Centers is just genuinely good. But I think it can't possibly be better than going to JJ while I'm looking to piece together my build. An ATM, you say? Or sorry, a cash register. I wish it was an ATM. I'm gonna take that. Going to roll.
Enjoy your purchase.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to upgrade one of my marbles. Realistically, I'm never dropping one marbles. I'll always drop both or neither. So I think I just want to upgrade the weaker one. It doesn't matter. Just in case I do somehow drop like one of them, I will upgrade the stronger one. I don't think that ever happens, but just in case. What did we upgrade? I wasn't paying attention. It was... I think it upgraded the marbles that I were already upgrading. Tell me if you saw it upgrade something else. We had 2 matchboxes, we had bird, we had this, we had the pawn shop. Vault the cash register at silver, and it's currently at 0. I think it upgraded the thing that I was buying the upgrade for, which is just incredibly lame. I'm gonna leave. I don't have the money to flip for 4. We're nowhere near transitioning to pawn shops. That sort of self-sabotage. Oh, this is the ugliest fight in the world, but I'm down for it. Actually, let me check Joyful Jack real quick. If I were to hit like exactly poison on these boot traps when I enchant them in a little while, which I'm definitely doing, it would be good to go to Joyful Jack. It's 1 experience. It's not the difference in leveling up today or not, but it could be. It's just like, it's such a minor chance at something big happening that I just can't imagine it's worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna be frozen all the time. He's gonna be slowed all the time, and no one's gonna have a good time, but he is going to melt. Theoretically, this is one of the few times where reaching the summit is something I might be able to play into. If I get icy boot traps and reaching the summit, this run has just been blessed by RNGesus and the pawn shop probably isn't happening, but I can't even imagine dreaming that big. I don't think there's anything here I really want. Certainly not an ice cream truck that I didn't have room for after all. I see the problem here. All right, cash register, it was all just a prank. I'm not actually using you, fuck. I forgot that I would have to pick up large items sometimes. I guess I'm doing economic items.
I am but a humble farmer. Coins.
Monocle's very good. I am gonna pick that up and hold it. It sucks that it can eat my boot traps upgrade, but if I find a can't believe I'm blanking on the name of this. Apropos Chapeau, it's definitely better than like bird plus nitro right now. I'd have to drop all 3 of these for the monocle too. I don't know that I even have the rest of the stuff. I have the weapon. I need weapon, tool, property. I'd have a 4x multicast for scaling the yo-yo. And it would be slow. I don't know. Maybe it's not even good. I changed my mind. I don't want this. I don't think Apropos Chapeau hits the build. I have too many slots from the duplicate items taken up. Huh. Your small items have +1 value. Who do you think's walking around with 48 gold? I'm not selling my pawn shop for this. It is very cool. I don't know if it's worth spending 48 gold to the world's largest loop, but it's pretty cool. I've got inventory space right now. I probably will for a little while. I think it's worth just grabbing a masterpiece and letting it gain some value to push bootstraps.
I'd say the results are evident, wouldn't you?
Artisan Dunes, I could take value here. I think I'm still best off looking for an ATM.
I'm pretty laid back.
Snow Globe, which can combo with properties down the line, scale up Shatter down the line. Does it ever actually work and do anything though? I don't know. Like, this is the slowest form of scaling. I'm gonna need 3 properties. It's gonna be minimum 6 slots. I ain't got 6 slots to spare. That shit looking like bait. And I could take the pinata, but I'm pretty broke. It's most of my gold. I don't have the space, so no thank you. We'll just pass on all of that.
Hey, that's okay. It's been nice talking to you.
It's nothing but Vanessa's all the way down, huh? I mean, I still feel comfortable versus Vanessa.
Are you sure?
Especially a 3-win Vanessa.
Noticed?
I wish I were more durable, but I don't know the way to make myself more durable. It's just slow their board. That's what I've got.
With nobodies.
They do not have a big board. They will be permanently slowed, and this doesn't look like enough to kill me. At least not with permanent slow, right? Like, they should burn to death first. Oh, they don't even have close to permanent haste uptime, so that's, yeah, they're just dead. You'll know what? It was a lot closer than I thought it was with that second round of crits. There's no crit chance scaling from something? No, they just had a very high crit chance, like a weirdly high crit chance. Gold here. Oh, this one's at 96, they're not both at 96. I mean, that's still 30% more crit chance than I was expecting on that item. But it just cannot get through the marbles, man. Silver tier Ludam's fine by me. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm getting wins, it's working. I can give up health for deadly on the yo-yo, which would put the yo-yo to 50% crit chance, which would give me haste. But it's gotta be fucking terrible, right? That shit's the most bait I've ever heard. Man, that crook timeline's looking interesting. It's probably not very good, in spite of how many crooks I've seen. Oh, I got an upgrade hammer. I'm fine with holding it for a little while. If the boots upgrade it just lets me choose what I upgrade. So sure.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have anything to sell to Marcoon, unfortunately. I don't have any room for chocolate bars. My build's good, so I can't drop shit. I'll just go to Ayla, look for a yo-yo.
Lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Not really scaling up the pawn shop the way you might like to do. Honestly, I don't even have the money to be doing that. I'm not gonna flip anything else. I'm so broke. I've only got 7 income. Dr. Vortex, I slow, burn, I can find enchants for other things down the line. It's the most experience. What am I talking about? Let's get in there. Why am I even thinking about this? Neophiliac's busted. These items are worth so much gold. There's, like, the miss on this fight is you get 8 gold and the maximum amount of experience. There's no decision point here. It really is pretty gross, but like it hasn't gotten grosser in the past several days. I haven't really gotten any stronger. The big thing is the full board disruption. Like the double marbles is actually the strongest part of this. Getting this yo-yo to diamond will massively accelerate me, I think. Oh, that's Neophiliac for me. Because like right now, the yo-yo is only going off a little bit more than the marbles, so it's not charging the marbles that much, right? If this goes to diamond, it's going to boost this marble up tremendously. Anyway, I will gladly take a Neophiliac. What am I looking for at middle? Nothing. But I've got a rewards card and a pawn shop and bootstraps. I'm genuinely gonna take temp boost health because it affects my odds of like surviving the day. It feels like a lot. And I don't think middle has anything I would purchase from her. Grandmaster for Diamond Neophiliac or Gold Cosmic Wind or Silver Defense Grid. There are some very big hits. That's fine. Enchant an item with damage effects. Pawn Shop adds its value to the damage of your other items. I could put this here. Make the world's fastest, deadliest yo-yo. Suddenly I have the durability I'm looking for. I mean, that's just hype. That's just incredibly hype. All right, fuck it, we ball, let's go. It's a bad neighborhood. It's a dangerous pawn shop. Everyone's walking around with matchboxes, leaving marbles everywhere. Don't come here, kids. Gonna have to start remembering to use my rewards card, which I have been notoriously bad about. I don't know if those videos have made it onto the channel. Probably not, because I've had a lot of dead pig runs where I just fucked up rewards card all the time. But it is a mainstay in my bad runs. I feel unstoppable now, right? Like, we went from 2,700 health to 3,900 and tripled the damage of our yo-yo. Like, sure, the build's a little bit slower now. We have 50% more health and we actually deal damage. And we have an end game. We have like a path to win down the line. Fiery submarine, you say? With an ice? Who runs Iceberg? How do you even have it? It's day 8. I guess diamond items appear on day 8 now? Gonna be honest, I'm not happy about that. What build is weirder to Iceberg than me? I think we're still winning though. That's the crazy thing. He's got 100 burn, he's half dead, we win. I beat Iceberg with this. I saw Iceberg and just assumed I was dead. How is it possible? Dear Lord. Oh, this is a war crime. Like, Iceberg makes his build substantially weaker, but I mean, it's gotta be worse for mine. Only went off 14 times on all my shit that time. Like, that's basically nothing. Dude, this build is so hype with the Obsidian pawn shop. I am interested. Before I was like kinda worried that the pawn shop was gonna get sold for cash, and now we're doing something cool as hell. Ayla, diamond yo-yo me, please.
But
Oh.
I can help you finish a fight.
Girl, you can't just be doing that. That's too much. If I buy this first, I can upgrade the yo-yo and get a second yo-yo. I also have a second hit because of the upgrade hammer. I'm going to sell the masterpiece. I am going to buy this just to push the bootstraps. I've got 2 hits.
Now that's quality.
Ah, I got the rewards card. It was worth a shot. My bootstraps are at gold and I'm actually just an idiot. Please ignore this. There's no way we ever hold off to try it again later. I will hold this for a little while. It can actually like sort of make a comeback. And yeah, we upgrade the yo-yo every time.
Make me proud.
I think our builds have gone to the fucking moon now. We just have to take a small item. We have no gold. We also get +3 pawn shop value by going to a store though. So like, sure, we have no gold, but we still just benefit from this.
You are handsome.
When you sell an item, this gains 2 value. I want to buy this hatchet very badly, but there's nothing I can liquidate for it. So despite the fact that I want to do it, I'm just going to like accept bad economy for a little while to get the hatchet, or not the hatchet, the this thing later.
You know, my
Like I can make so much money by just not selling it now.
cannot be filled.
All right, so obviously we're supposed to go roaming isle. We're supposed to push experience. If we go to elite duelist and get big ego, we're actually unkillable god kings. And with the Obsidian pawn shop, the second marbles, the second matchbox, the diamond yo-yo, it feels like RNGesus wants this to happen, right? It seems like it's just in line with the rest of the run to get big ego. Like, if I was watching someone stream at this run and they got big ego, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. Of course they did. So come on, just do it. One time. Ah, butterfly swords. I can get a non-weapon item, or I can go to Barcoon. Barcoon is +3 value on this, which is obviously good. I'm gonna take the random item because my economy's so incredibly bad right now. Gumballs are net positive economy and just generally insane with pawn shop. So right now, okay, we don't have to worry about this. Unfortunately, this happens to me every time I have a pawn shop. I have 4 slots at the gumball machine and I can't sell anything. But every gumball I buy is going to add, that's a lot of crit chance. It's going to add 2 value to the pawn shop, but then additionally 2 value to this Pygmalion's dagger. This is the reason I was unwilling to sell it earlier, is it just goes so hard if you manage to get it to a gumball machine or anyone that happens to be selling bronze items like Curio or a Lucky Andy. Toss the rest of my gumballs. I'm gonna keep trying to hold this for another day. It'd be sick if I can get another gumball machine out of it. Pygmalion skills are pretty bad. If I want to roll, I have to... It's day 9. Weapon skills, knife tricks, go.
It is sad not everyone can be a worm cat, but you.
Do I have scaling crit from something? No. Theoretically I could have, but no. It's a lot of economy to hold on to this. I can't do it. I have to roll this. There are insane hits. That's not what I was looking for, but it's pretty goddamn good. Lifesteal on the yo-yo that has been scaled to the absolute moon. All right. The build is in a much, much more horrifying place than it was yesterday. I believe we have almost 5,000 health, a 140-ish damage lifesteal yo-yo next to multicast yo-yos and a second matchbox. This is a tough build. That's a big Obsidian submarine, right? I don't think it's gonna matter. because now it's slowed. Everything's slowed. I have more slow than a dock lines build. The yo-yo's life stealing at insane rates. Just, yeah, quality over quantity was probably one of the best skills I could have hit. It's a pretty good build. Like, the fact it's not dead already is wild. But now we get a chance to see, holy shit, he's still holding on. Does he have tempering? Improvised weaponry doesn't scale damage. I'm not quite sure how he managed to hold on that long. That was very impressive. He dealt 4,500 damage and shield. Meanwhile, one Matchbox did 120, one Matchbox did 114. The yo-yo dealt 8,500. We found a direction. Boy, howdy did we find a direction. And yeah, the diamond yo-yo is just insane because like this marbles is literally going off twice as fast as the other one. Holy crap, what a build. I will be flabbergasted if I do not manage to take this to 10 wins. Normally when Pig is like crazy busted and going out on top in the late game, it's not on day 11, but we're lined up for that. I've got room for chocolate bars. Chocolate bars are just good value on the pawn shop. There's nothing I need at Andy since the yo-yo's good. Like, this shit's just here to be fast for the yo-yo. That's all that matters. Do I get the good stuff? No, I don't need the good stuff. My health is coming from the pawn shop. It doesn't affect the damage scaling. God, I wish I'd managed to hold on to the dagger, but I mean, rolling was clearly the right call. And at least now without the dagger, we can easily do this. Dear God, look at that yo-yo go, man. It's going to be pretty close to 200 damage by the end of the day. I don't know that I beat Void Colossus. Whole board slow, I beat Void Colossus for fun. It has to first hit the Obsidian pawn shop, and then I still think I kill it with burn, man. It did not first hit the Obsidian pawn shop. It would also have the option of first hitting the yo-yo, either one. But like, I still have the burn engine is the problem. There's just so much strength. No! You can't do that! Now my whole fort is hasted. What the fuck do you do when you encounter this pig on day 10? Yeah, insect wing. Boost this marble. Now it's going off faster to trigger the yo-yo faster because God knows we weren't good enough yet. Let's keep scaling. Let's go to Curio and buy the entire stock on principle. This is why I started recording my random ladder runs, by the way. Sometimes I'm not really looking to record, but it's like, if I get a sick run, it feels like a waste to not have the ability to do a video for it. This is why I started doing that. This is insane.
Now that's a bargain.
And yeah, I don't even care what the item does.
Reuse everything.
It's just, if I can buy it, I buy it because Obsidian Pawn Shop said to do that.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
I'm actually going to buff the other marble at this point.
Clean up the
It feels wrong to just like keep putting it on the same marble. Would have gone up to 7 seconds, which just feels like gratuitous overkill.
Now that's a bargain.
I mean, sure, we go Pearl. Maybe you can get something funny. I mean, do we? Economic items tend to be expensive. I'm gonna go Pearl.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work?
I think I'm just happy to take a ballista, man. It's 12 gold. Like, we're not improving the board from here. 200 damage yo-yo.
Hey, you're a natural at this.
I just want more gold for tomorrow. I'm happy to use that as an economy event. Good fucking luck, Pajama Man. What are you gonna do about this?
Go ahead. Underestimate.
You have 4,500 health to my 6.3. He has dog skill at 82. Very good build. Diamond dock lines, gold captain's wheel, huge cutlass. He's got my whole build slowed, but I mean, the feeling's mutual, and I think my lifesteal method is just straight up dealing more damage than his.
Next time, boys.
Horrifying. I'm at 200 burn getting harassed by a fiery cutlass. I don't think my health ever dropped under 5,000. That guy has diamond dock lines, gold captain's wheel, 80 damage dog skill, a silencer on his crow's nest cutlass build, neophiliac for 1, 2, 3 triggers, an exorable to get him over 100% crit scaling, 5-second freeze, and just got absolutely dog walked. It wasn't even fucking close. I think this is officially the highest I have ever high rolled. Nothing's ever been remotely close to this in power. No! It doesn't need it! I could enchant the bootstraps with Obsidian, right? And I could get the bootstraps to diamonds, like this level, to upgrade the matchboxes to Obsidian matchboxes. But I lose the lifesteal. Is it even right? The real answer is that while I do have crazy day 15 Obsidian everything aspirations, that's not why I said no, it doesn't need it. I'm not enchanting the bootstraps. I would like my 400 damage yo-yo, please. Thank you. It is day 11. This is not okay. I still go for all straight champion, even though Blizzard's obviously terrible for me. Like, no, you go property baron, and you get master salesman, because it's funny, and we're already going to win, so just let it be funnier. If I get master salesman, the yo-yo will be hitting for 1,000 in my final day, which will be today. Just, please. I don't need it at all. I was so hyped for a second. I can upgrade anything. Obviously, I upgrade the bootstraps, but it's not going to matter. No, I don't obviously upgrade the bootstraps. That's horseshit. I'm getting a skill.
Has surpassed me in power.
What are the bootstraps going to do? The game is over. I'll take 15% crit. That just sounds good enough.
Back to our community. We Sphinxians.
I'm not going to BazaarCon because the game is over. I'm going to Kina instead. I have never been this confident that I was winning.
Leave with big bargains.
What are bootstraps on? It does matter a little bit. If I buy this, it forces it onto this, which makes me happier because my whole board is gold. Looks better in the thumbnail, you know?
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Kina, why is your shit so expensive? This is outrageous. The bootstraps literally can't upgrade anything anymore, other than the upgrade hammer, which I don't need. I'm going to toss them to afford more shit.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
These are the plays you make when you can't fathom being dead.
I see the gold gleam in your eye.
Oh, you can't give me that. That's too much. It's just too much, you know? I can get the balcony. It makes the build worse. And frankly, these 6 items got me here. These 7 items, really. The yo-yo's been here for a while. It was originally these 6, then the yo-yo came and stole the show. I have infinite money. I just have to sell the rewards cards, so I'm going to do that.
I bid you farewell.
Because this sells for the value of the pawn shop.
I don't succeed unless my clients
What a fucking game.
successful.
Yeah, just buy it all.
Do well for you. I promise.
Toss that, toss this, toss those. Get the money tree too while we're here. Why the hell not?
Indeed, my friend. Harvest.
So obviously I don't need the pig gem. That's just ridiculous. Is there a way that balcony goes in? Cause like, it would put this to 1,000 damage on the yo-yo. But honestly, it just makes the build worse. More susceptible to burn. Massively slower on the yo-yo. It makes the build worse. So we're gonna do the right thing because we're not having a second day. Sell everything for them 548 damage lifesteal yo-yo. Day 11. Good luck, buddy. I will eat my hat if we don't win right now. I will be absolutely flabbergasted. Shielded double barrel. It's a big gun. I have 10,000 life on day 11. My build's going off. It's over. His whole board slowed, and he's dead now.
Defeat does not
Like, the matchboxes don't even matter for burning him. He did take 55 burn in like 5 seconds. They are dealing a lot of burn. But the only reason the matchboxes matter is because they turn off the constant marble spam, or sorry, transform the constant marble spam into matchbox spam that then spams the yo-yo for 10,000 damage veritably instantly. Like, oh, knife tricks? You think you're gonna live long enough for knife tricks to go off on your 3-second cooldown shotgun? Get out of here, kid. Obsidian pawn shop, Obsidian yo-yo. Didn't even need to use bootstraps for it. I was just able to take it for like the raw power when it was offered. Maybe I should have initially enchanted the bootstraps, but the problem with that is you can't like scale the pawn shop up without forcing upgrades onto it ahead of the bootstraps. So I went with this. I feel like it was the right call based on how it went, but holy shit, what a high roll. Duplicated marbles, duplicated matchbox, fastest possible yo-yo to do a model ship multicast, Obsidian pawn shop getting doubled by Obsidian yo-yo. The skills aren't even that good except for quality over quantity and void rage, right? These two are absolutely insane, but like the rest of this, minor irrelevant damage, minor crit chance that doesn't do a ton, crit chance that doesn't do a ton, startup time, but like everything is already infinite the moment we actually start, so it's kind of a moot point. Nothing, nothing, nothing. A little bit of haste counting everything else. Defense crit also matters. But like, dear God, what a absolutely insane build. 548 damage, 30% lifesteal, Obsidian Diamond Yo-Yo. Between the fastest possible matchbox and a multicast 3.6 second cooldown marbles that also slows for 6, by the way. This build's just a complete travesty. There is no justice. People should not be allowed to have builds like this. Just lucky sevens, huh? Yeah, this build deserved it. What on earth was that? Neophiliac, quality over quantity, void rage, crit scaling, and I'm fast enough that 30% crit would get me the haste if I weren't already just hasted from the void rage. 20% extra life as shield on a pawn shop build. Obsidian pawn shop with an Obsidian diamond yo-yo on the fastest possible build. Oh my God, that was the filthiest pig run I have ever personally had, and maybe the filthiest pig run I've ever seen. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. That was absolutely wild. Anyways, that'll be all for now. If you made it this far, then thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, but before you go, if you could do the algorithm thing, click all the buttons, leave the comments, tell YouTube it's a good video. Greatly appreciate that, really does help the channel grow. Bye for real this time.